Good morning. My name is Javier Encinas. I'm the Deputy Head of the International team, part of the Project and Structured Finance Group at the Infrastructure and Projects Authority in the UK. Many thanks to Toyo University for inviting me to share with you the UK government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic to support people, projects, corporates and the economy, as well as our ambitious infrastructure plans to stimulate a sustainable economic recovery, an inclusive social development, and a durable industrial transformation in the UK. The IPA is the UK Government Centre of Expertise for Infrastructure and Major Projects. We sit at the heart of government, reporting to Treasury, our Ministry of Economics and Finance, and to the Cabinet Office, the Ministry of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. The IPA works in a matrix model with teams composed of a range of technical, commercial, finance, legal, and policy experts. We work with government and industry to both support individual major projects and to build the best performing project system in the world. We focus on the 3 P's of project delivery. Principles, to get the basics right from the beginning. People, to build strong, flexible, professional, and capable teams. And performance, to ensure our projects are delivering the expected outcomes to the timetable and budget agreed. To know more about the IPA, please visit our website. COVID-19 is a pandemic that has affected people, institutions, and markets around the world. It has affected the health, physical and mental, as well as the lifestyle of people. It has disrupted the modes of production, supply, and consumption of countries. It has tested the resilience of our health, education, and social protection systems, and it has strongly affected the labor, industrial, and capital markets internationally. And the UK has not been immune to this clinical, economic, and social crisis. To date, there have been in the country over 800,000 positive cases and over 44,000 deaths. Only yesterday, over 21,000 new positive cases were registered, the second highest number of cases recorded per day, and this indicates that we may be entering into a second phase of the pandemic. As we know, COVID-19 affects particularly and disproportionately the poorest regions, the ethnic minority communities, the elderly, people with underlying conditions, and people with learning difficulties. So the UK's response to COVID-19 seeks to prioritize support for these vulnerable groups. The UK's initial response to the pandemic focused on a 4-pillar strategy to contain, delay, research, and mitigate the effects of COVID-19. The containment phase involved early detection and isolation of first positive cases and measures to ensure supply of key medicines. The delay phase involved measures to slow the spread of the virus and flatten the curve of new cases through awareness campaigns on wearing masks, washing hands, social distancing, generalized or localized quarantines, travel restrictions on the use of public and private sector transport, and closing of schools, offices, restaurants, parks, and public buildings. The research phase involves systematic clinical testing, better diagnostics, and eventually the development of a new vaccine. And as we know, the UK Oxford AstraZeneca group are developing a promising COVID-19 vaccine. Fourthly, the mitigation phase involved measures to protect the health of people, especially the most vulnerable, to protect the national health system, the NHS, and to minimize the impact on society. This last phase also involved a financial support package for individuals, corporations, and projects, as well as an ambitious investment program in infrastructure to stimulate the recovery of the economy. So the recovery of the country's economy depends significantly on the successful delivery of our infrastructure and our major projects. The IPA published a pipeline plan of procurements for the 2021 financial year in economic and social infrastructure. This procurement pipeline includes 340 contracts across over 260 projects, programs, and other investments, and it also sets out a procurement with a contract value of up to £37 billion over the next year. Additionally, over the summer, the Prime Minister announced a multi-billion-pound infrastructure investment program to, on the one hand, ensure a sustainable, inclusive, equitable, and long-term economic recovery, and also transform the infrastructure and construction industry, and therefore support it to build better, faster, more inclusively, and more sustainably. And each one of these components have a specific meaning. Building better involves using techniques such as modular design, off-site construction and on-site assembly, and technologies such as building information modeling to develop, operate, and maintain assets more efficiently. Building faster implies streamlining our planning systems and procurement processes. Building more inclusively involves investing in people, projects, and programs in the most marginalized areas of the country, and that to close the gap in productivity, connectivity, and opportunity between different regions in the UK. And building more sustainably involves reducing, recycling, and reusing construction materials, and investing in renewable energy and in public transport projects that will allow the country to achieve its net zero strategy, that is, zero net carbon emissions by 2050. Furthermore, in response to the National Infrastructure Commission's infrastructure assessment, which sets out the UK's vision and infrastructure needs for the long term, in the autumn, the Treasury will present the National Infrastructure Strategy, which will set out plans to help the UK level up by boosting people's earning power, helping businesses access new markets, and improving standards of living for communities and places. And the IPA is working on the implementation plan for that National Infrastructure Strategy. And to support public authorities and contractors, the IPA produced a guidance note on vital services provision in PFI and PF2 contracts during the COVID-19 pandemic. This guidance note should be read alongside and is consistent with the Cabinet Office procurement policy notes on supplier relief and interim payment terms due to COVID-19. The links in this slide will take you to the notes I just mentioned. So the recovery of the country's economy depends significantly on the successful delivery of our infrastructure and our major projects. The UK government has an ambitious pipeline to rebuild the economy and transform the infrastructure in the country. It is essential that those projects are set up for success right from the beginning and are supported throughout the life cycle, for example, with our 5 case model and project initiation roadmap tools. To enable this, we are developing a new project delivery framework. We need to deliver faster, so we are implementing our recently published principles for project delivery. We need to deliver better, so we are maximizing the impact of assurance reviews. We need to deliver greater value for money, so we're establishing a new public value framework. And we need to work collaboratively and more effectively with a resilient, sustainable, and innovative supply chain, so we are focusing hard on building client capability, properly implementing procurement rules, and adopting commercial models that will drive better value and better outcomes. So the COVID-19 pandemic presents enormous challenges, but it also presents the opportunity to invest in quality infrastructure to stimulate a sustainable economic recovery, an inclusive social development, and a durable industrial transformation. Thank you very much for your attention.